Hello again, everyone. Edwin Learnard back once again. In this YouTube astrological segment, I'm going to be talking about the Sun conjunct Uranus in the natal chart. Now, first off, some of you may remember when I first started my YouTube astrology channel, I did a series on the aspects in the natal chart. They're a little bit concise. Some people may have referred to them as snappy, so what I decided to do was make another series on them in which the videos would be a little bit longer and more descriptive. So anyway, first thing up is, well, Sun conjunct Uranus in the natal chart, how one way it may be expressed, could be a very intensified focuses the Sun on one's goals and aspirations, which is Uranus. If Uranus is in Aquarius, as an example, there may be very intense focus on it could be astrology, astronomy, computers, electronics, innovation, aviation, meteorology. Um, it could even be rocket science in some cases, even if it's just model. I call it model rocket science. I'm working with just as a hobby, assembling model rockets together. And also to this aspect may shine the light, so to speak, which is the Sun on ingenuity. Now, let's say, for example, if Uranus is in Scorpio, there may be some expression of ingenuity connected. It could be with trash or even compactors handling refuse, as some examples, or even embalming or even forensic science, as some examples. Now, another thing too is that when you have this aspect, it could be where the ego, which is the Sun, may be strongly integrated and connected with one's friendships. The friendships that people have, and whether it's the amount or the quality or what have you, that could be, they could be, very strongly tied into one's ego for better or worse. If Uranus is in Capricorn, a person may be inclined to make friendships with older people, or ones, it could be Capricorn, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant people, or simply ones that embody those characteristics. It could be people that are very serious, stern, and ambitious, career-oriented. It could be they could even be authoritative, and also people that are very structured and disciplined, but maybe in a Capricorn-related field, such as working with the government or politics, accounting, dentistry, or even information technology, as some examples. Now, and also to the friendships in one's, if their person's connected with may figure more prominently in one's life, which is the Sun, than most others. If the say if the Sun is in Aries, it could be a life that someone lives, which one exhibits and exudes a lot of leadership prowess and ability. Where a lot of aggression, assertiveness is shown. Combative situations, as some examples. And as far as another way this aspect may manifest, it could be where one puts much, the focus and the attention, which is the Sun. It could be on group-related matters, matters that are pertaining to groups, clubs, and organizations, which is Uranus. And let's say if Uranus is in Sagittarius, as an example, those groups, clubs, organizations, may be connected with publishing, advertising, foreign travel. It could be, connected with college teaching or doing something with printing press operations, sports, as some examples. Something that may involve the law, as another example. And the thing too is, the person, if you have the Sun conjunct Uranus in the natal chart, you may be taller in stature, than otherwise indicated, in the chart. Even if it's in, let's say, even if you had your Sun in Taurus, or Cancer, where the zodiac sign Cancer, where the tendency is to be, shorter than average in stature, Uranus may help out in this in terms of the height. And the thing too is, another thing about this aspect is that there may be a lot of, fluctuation, which is Uranus in terms of vitality. The vitality, levels may be very sporadic and erratic. It could be someone, that has, this exorbitant energy one moment, and then the next moment it feels, very dissipated. You may feel, somewhat lethargic. Well, I don't have this, so I'll skip that. But people that have this Sun conjunct Uranus may, have a lot of ups and downs in terms of their energy level. And another thing about this aspect is that, there may be a greater propensity for physical related issues, which is the sun. The sun has a connection with the physical body. It could be issues, with the ankles, the shins, the calves, nerves, and circulation that's connected with Uranus. And it might be ones of an unusual, kind of nature as well, and, maybe enigmatic. And the thing too is, another thing, I think in some cases it could indicate an erratic heartbeat, because the sun is connected with the heart, and Uranus, is very intermittent, sporadic, and erratic energy. And another way this aspect may be expressed, it could be where you have the basic fundamental character, which is the sun, maybe, more eccentric, unorthodox, altruistic, selfless, innovative, more ingenious than the typical, than otherwise indicated in one's natal chart. And even if the sun is in a more, conventional, traditional sign, such as the zodiac sign Cancer or Capricorn, you may be, a little bit more of a nonconformist as far as your basic fundamental character goes. And another thing about this aspect, because the sun is associated with our drive and motivation. So the person that has this aspect may be very strongly, driven and motivated, which is the sun toward, Uranus related activities, whether it could be, electronics, computers, astrology, astronomy, aviation, innovation, meteorology, as some examples, even like AC, air condition repair in some cases. And the thing too is, and even general, actions just generally connected with Uranus, the qualities like, actions connected with, altruism, selflessness, humanitarianism, innovation, and just the general actions, the person may be strongly, attuned with, if you have this aspect in your natal chart. Now, another thing too is that, having this aspect may give the person that strong want, because the sun is connected with our basic wants, really desiring, wanting, freedom and independence, more so than most people on average. And even if your sun is in a more clingy sign, or more dependent sign such as Cancer, or even like say Libra, where Libra, often, wants to collaborate with others on projects and endeavors, this aspect, can modify that, to some degree. So those are some ways this aspect may manifest and pan out. Also too, more negative side, the person may be a little bit more, rebellious, than the tip, than otherwise indicated in their chart. There may be, some rebellion, whether it's toward authority, or it could be, the father, the biological father. The sun is connected with the biological father and dominant males in one's life, so there may be more rebellion expressed against those people than you would generally think, based on whatever the sun sign is. Unless of course the sun, let's say the sun is in the zodiac sign Aquarius, the basic fundamental character can be, rebellious anyway, and somewhat of, of a maverick and nonconformist. So anyway, people, that'll conclude this YouTube astrological segment. Until next time, Edwin Learnard saying, stay well.